Hi, I'm Kaylee, and this is my story. I had just graduated in economy. I was 24 years old and I got a job. I was very excited. Lots of students who attended studies with me were still looking for one. I really liked my job and I got on well with my colleagues. We didn't know each other well yet. So, one of my female colleagues suggested we had lunch all together. I accepted, and so did another guy that I had never noticed, Noah. It was an hour before lunch when she told us that something came up and she couldn't have lunch with us anymore.
So I had lunch only with him. Talking with him was nice, and he was really kind too.
In a short time, I fell in love. In fact, we both fell in love. We loved each other so much that no one could have ever separate us. We always told each other that, while arguing on the sofa.
After 2 years, he made the marriage proposal, and I obviously accepted. He left like I was living a dream. He was everything to me. He was my life.
The honeymoon was fantastic, and 4 months later, I found out I was pregnant. We were so happy, Noah and I wanted a baby so much. We began to organize the room for the baby's arrival. We couldn't wait to have him with us.
Then, suddenly, Noah became cold, aggressive. He started coming home late drunk. When I would ask him what was happening, he would slip under the covers without saying a word. He did what he wanted. He didn't care anymore if I didn't want to or if I wasn't well. More and more often he raged and slammed the doors.
One day I found the plates of the good service broken on the ground. Obviously, he wasn't there.
I was 5 months pregnant when she started beating me. From that moment, I began to be afraid of him. I didn't recognize him anymore.
I went once every 3 weeks to see the doctor, quantified the bruises and asked me for an explanation. Every time I came up with a different excuse. I didn't want to blame my husband, because deep down I still loved him. I told him I'd accidentally hit her lip, but he was starting to suspect something. It happened too frequently. I no longer knew what to come up with, and the doctor had understood it.
It was morning. I remember it like it was yesterday. I was cooking because that day my parents would have had lunch with us. Noah was furious for no one reason. He began to push me violently and also hit me on the stomach. I was afraid for the baby. He kept pushing me until I eventually fell down the stairs.
When I woke up, I was at the doctor, and my mother was holding my hand. She told me that she had found me unconscious by the stairs, but no, wasn't there. The doctor understood my situation and ordered me to report him. For the first time, I found the courage to talk to someone, but the worst was yet to come.
The doctor told me that the child had died, precisely because of the violent fall. I couldn't believe it. Now was everything to me. I was waiting for a child that we both had wanted so much, and he had killed him. If it hadn't been for my mom and the doctor, I'd never made it.
After a year, I decided to tell my story in an anti-violence center. I realized that many women suffer violence every day. Don't make my mistake. Always talk about it.
Today I'm 13 years old. Noah has ended up in prison, and I hope to create a new life for myself without forgetting what happened to me. To tell the tale and prevent other women from suffering what I suffered.